Alright, before I get this shit started, yes, I know this nigga album out. Don't ask me about it. I'm gonna talk about the shit later on. I ain't heard it yet. It's on Apple Music. I'm gonna buy it and everything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do the city opening. All the other good shit. The year almost over. Anything I didn't review, don't ask me. I'm not gonna review it. As far as Bryson Tiller and all the other shit, I'll listen to it. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll say my thoughts on that. Alright, let's talk about this interview. This is the problem I don't really, understand about when you have a fucking interview about your music, why is it not about the music? I get it. High 97 is different from Breakfast Club, but it's just like I don't think I like the way Ross was in this interview cuz he been up here. If you look at the last couple months, look how many times he been up there. That's cool, but I just think that the attitude that he's having, like he's really the shit right now. It's reminding me of 50 Cent. Remember when 50 Cent was around Curtis time and then he did Before Self Destruct and he is still talk as if he's making 10 million in copy, selling 10 million records. And it's like, unless it's something the public don't know about Ross, I mean, yeah, the Wingstop deals are good. That's what's up. And you working on other deals. But musically, this is what it's supposed to be about. Black Dollar kind of put him back where he need to be damn near because Hood Billionaire and Mastermind was Jesus, whatever. But it's like the diss. Okay, we now understand who it's about. But if for dumb niggas like Charlemagne when he said, it's a good play with words, nigga, that was personal. See what it was now. So it is a shot at Drake, sticking up for Meek, which is weird as fuck. He should have Meek say something. That would have been a line I would have gave Meek, like, yo, use this line, whatever. He's spoken in ghostwriting and shit. But it's more personal with Birdman, but we don't really get that until the end. And it's like, I can kind of get where he's coming from. We all said the same shit about the Barter 6 shit. Us as fans said that. So he's not saying nothing new, but I want to know what the fuck reason is he feels so personal about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, nigga, yeah, he brought a new nigga in and the tour bus shit happened and we understand that, but why are you so openly emotionally about it? Like Wayne was your artist. That I'm listening to it and I played that part back, at least 5 times because I'm trying to hear his energy and you know how Ross does in interviews, he talks around shit and it ain't making no fucking sense. So I'm like, he won't directly come out and say what it is. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jazz Prince. You know what I'm saying? Mac Man, we talked and blah 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 blah. So it was clear he's not talking to Wayne, but it's Birdman, and he looked at it as on a level of a boss of a brand. And we all said the same shit. Wayne did put Cash Money on his back, no problem. He carried that label. You see what I'm saying? But we don't know internally what the situation is over there. But Ross is acting like he knows something that the public doesn't know. So this is gonna lead to blogs blowing this shit up tomorrow morning and everything. Charlemagne said it. The blogs gonna be everywhere. And I don't really understand because it's just like the shit with Wayne and Birdman was their business. Granted, it shouldn't have went public. I do agree with that. Shit should have been, between them niggas. If they married each other, they married each other. Whatever, whatever, whatever. But he feels some type of way as a boss level when him as a boss on a label is not doing a great job with his artists either. If you compare Cash Money signing all these artists to MMG signing all these artists, who only comes out? Ross, Meek, Wale, Self-Made Compilation, Gunplay came out, Throwaway, Omarion came out, nobody knew. But you got other artists there, Rocky Fresh. You signed Fat Trail. Now, unless it's the situation with the label, basically what he was saying, his contributions for the labels is up. He's negotiating, so therefore, I understand that part. But the part I'm confused at is just like if you're looking at a boss level, both labels, y'all kind of similar, did the same shit. That's the problem with when people see artists and they like them and they want to sign them. If you don't carry over that heat, this is just me looking at the game when artists get signed. They already have a fan base. They touring and doing everything they got to do, merch and everything like that. You like what you see, and you sign them, but that kind of slows down the momentum a little bit. It depends on who you sign, because sometimes you'll sign an artist and it's like you're the biggest artist, and then you have another dope artist, but they'll get overshadowed by you. You see what I'm saying? I forgot what artist went up there and said that when Logic, when Nas wanted to sign Logic, it'll have been like, oh, this is Nas' little homie, so he didn't sign with, you know what I mean? Similar to the J. Cole shit. J. Cole had to get out of the shadow of Jay-Z, and he did that. Big Sean with the Kanye shit, he had to do the same thing. But it ain't like he's doing a great job at MMG either, because I think we all want a Rocky Fresh album. We've been waiting. We've been waiting. We finally get the Gunplay album, but it just seemed like he threw that shit out there to meet a quota. And it's just like you put more publication and more energy into your own records. You know, when Wale goes on promotion and Meek Mill, it ain't the same energy that I see what it is with a Ross project. You know what I mean? And if you break down a little this, niggas on Twitter kept it lit. Like, well, how the fuck do you say you got more money than the nigga you signed to? We see Birdman is in 100 million. Ross, unless his deals he about to add up with equals that, then fine. But granted, you still don't have more money than Drake from what I've seen on Twitter. I've seen all that shit, and it said Drake this year made $100 million. That's what's up. So I don't really understand this. Like, you're not mad at Drake or anything. You have an issue with Birdman. So why you just didn't directly come out him and talk about that situation? So this was another weird interview. You know, Ross did the other interview in the Breakfast Club where it's like he talking around shit, and the whole 50 Cent situation is just like, I don't really understand that either. You know, it's like, I guess, but like I put on Twitter, the way you're talking, your album better be, you know, great. But to me, he will never be able to top what he did with Teflon Don. I'm sorry. He came close with God Forgives I Don't. But I just don't, he's being kind of arrogant and cocky now. And it's just like, Ross is cool. Like, we like you as an artist, but don't do that whole shit where you just feel you making moves. You can just diss people. I don't know the situation with him and Timbaland, you know, the Puff Daddy jab, but then, yeah, we just got a bag from Ciroc, blah, 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 whatever. So it's like, yo, knock it off. You doing what you doing that's great as a businessman, but stop talking like you're the dopest in the game. Because I'm quite sure we all can name other rappers that do the drug talk better than Rick Ross. I'm not hating, it's just I don't really understand that. You know, it's like, is you doing this type? This is the same shit that he's doing. He said 50 Cent did to promote his albums, right? But you see how he when they brought up the CO shit, he kind of downplayed that, but then said, oh, well, 50 Cent was there, but he was with a million cops and blah, blah, blah. If this is what I don't understand. If you're a high-profile celebrity and I'm a business, isn't that the police are there to protect the innocent people? You know, I don't really think they're there to protect really the artists or whatever. You know, I think they have their own security. You should have your own armed security. But the police are more there to protect the scene. Just like a Jordan release, iPhone release, a video game release. So I don't really like how Ross did that. You know what I'm saying? When 50 did say, oh, we pulled up here, like, oh, but he came with a million cops. I think the cops were there because, nigga, you're a celebrity and fans are crazy. So I don't know. I haven't heard this album yet, but this interview is kind of, wow, crazy, you know, but hey, that's Ross for you. He'll do anything to, you know, sell an album, I guess. But if you go on iTunes, on Apple Music, and you look, you'll see that, he won't really do that much numbers. So, you know, and it did this the other thing before I go. Nigga said he did 80 songs. He put 20 away and said, this is what we doing. And, all right, well, you got 60 songs left. Why was the mixtape, like, you could have put out a mixtape with original music, would have been dope. And you put out an album, that would have been even doper. That's great music. So I was lost behind that. Like, okay, now 60 records, we gonna see what's gonna happen with that, whatever. Then the ghostwriting shit. I'm just like, oh my God, this album better be fucking incredible. It better be one flaw in this, except adding a couple tracks from Black Dollar to this shit. But maybe I'm tripping. Y'all let me know. I'm out. One.